see him the next time. And by the way, next time, in the meanwhile, put him on the treadmill and do biofeedback. Easy.
Can I just, I'm being quite dumb here, but I want to learn this. So, the standard deviation is, so like if we look at that one,
Yes?
is in the left foot and the set length is 1.7.
Yes.
Yep. And then the differentiation is 4.3%.
Yes.
I'm just trying to work out how you got that number. Is that from?
Forget about this. Here you're watching only, let's see, I can show you the chart, so it's easy. Let's see the step length. Let's see some of the data. So when we have this situation, get a little bit more data. You see here, for example, let's take the left, or the right ones, okay? 47, 46, 45, 47, 46, you have a variation.
Yeah.
What's the average? 46.5.
And then that's the
What's the, let's say, the band,
yeah.
plus minus, that is including all of them. It's not all of them from a statistical point of view, but let's think about all of them. It's plus minus 1.7 centimeter. So if we have plus minus 1.7 centimeter, okay, 3/4 of an inch, plus minus, okay, around the average, all the values are within this band. So it means that I'm not doing 40, 55, 40, 55. I'm doing 47, 45, 47, 45. How much is 1.7 in percentage of the 46.5? 3.7. So this is in percentage because 1.7 centimeter is a lot. Depends. I mean, on a step length of 80, okay, is let's say 1%. On a step length of 20 is 10%. So usually we read the CV, that is the percentage, is more interesting for us because it's related to the average.
Is the traffic light based on that then, the CV?
Up to now it's based on asymmetry,
Right.
okay, because we keep focus on the symmetry, and then you have a look on that as a strategy, construction of data. But for example here, just to give an idea, if we take the stance phase has 1.3 percentage in variability. What does it mean? It's very constant. That means that from a motion analysis point of view, I mean, she's not varying the contact. It's very, very reliable. Boom, boom, boom. The contact has almost always the same value. Also, the swing phase, that is asymmetric, 2.8% is very constant in his asymmetry. Okay, that means that this situation is something that is not new. It's something that was there since a while, because it's well established. Load response, 5%, you have borderline, and it's not a big issue, okay? But we are a little bit more valuable in the load response and per swing. Who cares? Okay? Questions? That's okay? Quite clear?
Thank you.
But I repeat, keep it simple. We have different layers. At the beginning, just get the data, see the traffic lights, okay, and say, okay, we have this situation, which are the functions, which are the muscles, what kind of intervention I can do to change the situation. Let's suppose we have a very strong pronation, internal rotation. What's going on? Every time I'm loading, maybe I have a varus valgus problem, whatever. Okay, so how can I do to support and restore a good situation from a biomechanical point of view? That's your choice. You try, and you verify it. That's it. And you give evidence that is also important to your patient. At the beginning, something for you. Okay, so it's your feedback. But you can also say, hey, you see, we're working in this direction, here, yeah. All right? So, on the assessment, essentially these are the basics. We can do something. Let's suppose we have a patient that cannot walk. What should we do?
Kill him.
Oh, come on.
Can be a solution. Okay, it's a little bit drastic.
So, I mean, shall we try to use something in dynamic for him that is similar to walking?
Bring a chair in there.
Well, actually, we can do something simple. Why not? We can do. I personally do a little marching place. Okay, it's simple enough, but you are introducing a dynamic behavior. Maybe if I share, or the patient has a very big problem, can handle. Okay, and verify what's going on.
Not on the treadmill.
Not on the treadmill, please. Because passion the wall. Why doing that? Okay. From a general point of view, let's say we are starting using a dynamic action, so we need a little model in our brain. So the activation is dynamic in a real sense. And we can also work on the discrimination on if our proprioceptive system is working in a proper way. What does it mean? In this situation, you can do eyes open, eyes closed. What if you have a huge difference, eyes open, eyes closed? It means that you are visual dominant. Okay? It means that your proprioceptive system is not working properly. This could happen a lot if you had brain injuries or stroke patients. I personally had an experience with a stroke patient. I mean, he could not stand, okay, just stand or doing something like this with the shoes. Then I said, what the fuck? Let's keep off the shoes. And work. I mean, the proprioception I was getting with the shoes was too small, so the signal, let's say, was too small, so no way of control. Take away the shoes, he was standing, moving a little bit, okay, but he was not falling off. So we start working on reinforcing, the proprioceptive signal, in brackets, and after a while, he was back. We put the shoes, and now back to work with the shoes. Just a stupid example, but this is a practical approach. So by just doing this simple analysis, you can do if you have a rhythmical execution of your movement, if you have the ability to control your body. How we can do that? Use the autogate. You place on the ground. We have a special test that we call marching place. We have a protocol that is a marching place protocol. 30 seconds eyes open, 30 seconds eyes closed. And you can analyze a patient that could not walk for any reason in a dynamic way. Is that a panacea? No, of course, but it's better than not testing at all. Then we do a lot, also with professional athletes. These are stupid tests because we're using a 2D system, a three-dimensional system. And for example, when the perception of your body is wrong in terms of dynamic posture, in terms of anterior posterior chains, okay? For example, you're going around like crazy. I mean, you don't maintain your position. I have people that in 30 seconds they did something like, 20 feet. Why? Because your perception, for example, it's completely rotating in the back, and you are correcting your body to to the front, to the rear, the front. So you can understand a lot of different things with this stupid and simple test. And you can use the same test in biofeedback mode. That means same stuff. Put on in front a video. Now we're going to do that on the gate, but you can do the same stuff marching in place. Keep you balanced in terms of contact and flight. Keep you balanced.
Can you nail these out and try and get people walking backwards and forwards off the treadmill?
What do you mean?
So put the bars down, say if you've got somebody elderly who can walk,
Yeah, yes.
but you don't particularly want to put them on the treadmill.
Mhm.
Can you get them sort of
Yes.
walking down the corridor and only pick up on,
Yes.
is it going backwards and forwards, yeah?
Of course, let's say for spatial situation where you cannot put on the treadmill, we can place the autogate on the floor. A nice setup is something like 4 or 5 meter by 1, the 2D. Okay, so you can have walk back and forth 3
I mean,
times.
with the 1 meter, would it?
And 1 meter is, I mean, you get only contact and flight extensively, but
Right.
you don't have the step length, you don't have the real gate analysis.
Yes, yeah.
The right approach is to have a 2D system,
Yeah,
for example, with people with crutches, for example. It's, cannot put on the treadmill, of course. On the treadmill, vice versa, you can use for neurological patients or patient with severe injuries, you can have some, how do you call it in English?
Hoist.
Yes. Not exactly the same stuff, or you can use some unweighting systems like air pressure, or these kind of things.
I suppose at least you get something in when you get the patient on the treadmill, you're not actually having to hold on, or you're still getting some sort of
Yes,
feedback. from
yes,
it.
yes.
Not great.
Not real 100%, but who cares? At the beginning, it's good to do something. Okay. Let's do this now. We almost close what we can do. Okay, of course we can do a lot of other things, but let's keep it simple. I would like to show you how we can do the same stuff essentially with using the system as a training tool for the patient. So using the biofeedback. So essentially we are going to use this little TV in front. So now I will disconnect this TV and connect here. And here I will just show one of the parameters. So, and I would like to pick some of you guys who want to try. Okay. So otherwise you will tell me that I'm cheating with her. Because so let me see. We'll just first of all disconnect this one and then I will away.
Yeah, I'm not trying to it'll all sleep and get on the list. I know we're yeah, that's how it'll be. Because in 4 hours you buy trains and it'll be cheaper to hire actually, the person who has related to you didn't get into the full. Yeah, so fair enough. If you didn't get the petrol for so they alarm the why bother setting the alarm? Yeah, she's just saying I shouldn't have done the same, but she couldn't have said she's got to drive. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So I said you might drive on the way home.
So now, okay, on my screen here, I have what you've seen before here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the standard acquisition screen with the two webcams, the gate report, and the execution of the test. And I can activate the second screen. Here on the configuration panel, you can choose output on a second monitor. You say yes, and you have a second monitor connected. Okay. This screen will appear. Okay, let's start.
Oh, so you've got different screens on one monitor to the other, yeah?
Yes. Okay. Now I can choose. Let's start asymmetry. Okay, for example, here I've chosen to show the asymmetry differential of the step length. So we have 5% is the green zone, from 5 to 15 the yellow, over 15 the red.
So the numbers moving there are the differential.
Yes, this is the differential. And the suggestion is keep the green zone. That's it. Now if you try to have one of the two steps shorter, you see, okay, immediately it goes